Woo, I went on vacation for a little bit down to the coast, and it has gotten crazy out there. Got a wild cancel mob going after me, and I can only imagine that I guess it's because these people want Games Workshop to take me down or something like that. Very weird. But it gets weirder as some of my people have looked into the trademark that Games Workshop claimed they have over Space Marine fiction. And guess what? It's even dumber than we thought it was. They have less ground than they thought they did. I can't wait to fight this. And I'm going to fight, just like President Trump always has, against these woke mafia people with their anti-competitive practices that want to destroy independent creators like me. And I'll do it for you guys, because this is the way that we can break these brands, keep going forward, and actually make the culture great again. That's what we're trying to do here. So please, if you are here to make the culture great again, if you love great comics, if you love great science fiction, I want to have you in my camp, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. Like I said, it's been a wild couple of days with the weird cancel culture stuff coming here. But we will not back down. I will not stop fighting Games Workshop because they are evil. It's very simple on how that goes. And because I want to make my own great entertainment without fear of threat or reprisal. Now, this is my Space Marine graphic novel. It's the Emerald Array, and it is closing very, very soon. And I want to get you in on this 66-page graphic novel. It is a bunch of Space Marines fighting against bug monsters in space. A lot of fun. Very classic sci-fi feel. Even the art's classic sci-fi. It's very much like Jack Kirby New Gods stuff that you'd find late 1970s DC comics. And that's where we're bringing things back to. We're just regressing harder and making things a lot of fun again, because science fiction used to be a lot of fun, and it just isn't anymore. And so this comic is for you guys. I wrote this with you in mind. Everybody who's read this on the early copies has said this is like some of the best work we've ever done. And so I'd love for you to get on this before it's gone. Check it out. It's in the description below. And thank you so much for backing our project today. We've got a whole slate of comics. If you've got different covers of this book, we've got the whole Terran Imperium Chronicles that you can catch up with and make sure that you get all of our books. That's 3 graphic novels and 2 full novels. Very prolific over here, and that is what's part of the fun. I spend most of my time writing, while a lot of these guys spend their time a little serially online, it seems like. That's the difference between us and a lot of these people. And so Warhammer 40K, somebody obviously reported us to Games Workshop the other day. I don't know what was going on with that, but taking a lot of heat as we're getting bigger here, because we're getting more influential in what we're doing. And clearly we've made a difference in the culture over the past year. Obviously the election didn't go the lot of way that the people wanted, and they're very, very sad about that and trying to, of course, tear down any conservative influencers at this point. And of course, a lot of their woke properties failed. Like their whole female Adeptus Custodes thing just was an abject failure. Gamers revolted on that, and they panic. And then they blame me for it rather than blame themselves for disrespecting the lore of their own property. Something we'll never do here because I'm writing my own stuff. Now, I talked about it yesterday. They're demanding Fun by Comic take down my Space Marine book, The Emerald Array. Space Marine is a genre on Amazon for books. They didn't create it. It was created by author Bob Olson in a 1932 short story. And so they really have no standing here when, of course, all of these books are Space Marine science fiction ebooks, right? We've got a Space Marine science fiction comic, and that's what it is. So this is their email they sent to us, and they mentioned a Space Marine trademark, and this is what they were trying to get me on. Now, number one, they're going to fail on that level because Space Marine's not even in the title. It's just called the Emerald Array. And so it's not going to matter whether they have a Space Marine trademark or not. But when we got into it, it's even dumber than we thought it was when we looked at this. When you look at the U.S. Patent Office here, they do have this deal that was renewed in 2017. But trademarks are very specific things. They're not just like blanket, you can't use the word Space Marine in any context. That's not how the law works in this sort of situation. In fact, it's something very, very specific here. And so when you get into what they actually have their Space Marine active deal for, they have a canceled one, which doesn't count, right, for paints, water-based acrylic paints for artists. Obviously, that doesn't even have to do with Space Marine, so they don't have that. But this one is video computer games and computer software for playing games. Now, this is not computer software. It's not a video game. It has nothing to do with video games or software. And so guess what? They have no standing here. So if they want to take this to a court of legal action sort of deal, they are going to fail epically. And we're going to have a lot of fun along the way because I can't wait. I would love to fight Games Workshop, and I'd love to get it to the point where Everybody understands that Space Marine is a generic science fiction term that's been used in a lot of different spaces, and maybe they might even get this element of their trademark thrown out because of that. That's what they would risk in doing this. On the flip side, because they didn't even message me about this, which is the odd part. This came to Fund My Comic, which is a crowdfunding website trying to get me taken down. I might even have a tortious interference lawsuit that I could get going against Games Workshop because of this as well. So funny. I just want to make a comic that's a fun science fiction comic. Be left alone. These guys couldn't handle that. It's really, really weird. I mean, this has been on sale for a couple of months now. We are done with the book. It's ready to go. We have to print it, and so I have to kind of get the final counts and all that and get that ready for you guys. But it's been up for a long time. So that's what tells me there's a coordinated cancel mob. We lost about 100 subs yesterday. I don't know. Somebody must have streamed about me or something like that. I guess they're standing for Games Workshop because I don't know what's going on. All I've been doing this week is reporting on the Neil Gaiman controversy and the stuff going on with Kingdom Come Deliverance, which doesn't look good because there's, I guess, a gay sex scene in it. So we're going to, of course, keep covering things, going to keep covering the truth, not going to worry about what's going on because, honestly, if people are that silly that somebody's going to stream and go crazy on me and then walk away over here while we're fighting real battles against real evil companies like Games Workshop who are trying with lawfare to shut us down because we are telling great science fiction stories, well, those people don't need to be around here anyway. It's not really the right audience for what we're trying to do, which actually create culture, change the culture, and make science fiction fun again. So this is where we're at, and this is the update. Like I said, their trademark is not even for its comics or books or anything like that. Video computer games, computer software for playing games. This is it. They had one for paints before, which is no longer around, and this is it. This is what they referenced in the email. So this is the trademark that they told me that they had. So clearly, we do not have anything violating the trademark whatsoever. Now, Fund My Comic has responded to this already, which I don't have in like a handy screenshot for you guys, but I do have the reading of it, which I can pull up for you really quickly here and read it to you. It's on my phone. Sorry about that, guys. But what they said in response to these guys is basically F off. They said, we acknowledge the receipt of your communication regarding the Emerald Array, specifically addressing the use of the term Space Marine. Our legal term has conducted a comprehensive review of your claims and relevant legal precedents. There's historical usage of the name Space Marine, which has been used by a bunch of different groups, from Bob Olson, the one I referenced in 1932. Doc Smith's Lensman used Space Marines, which is a great science fiction series if you've never seen that. And, of course, Robert Heinlein's the one who popularized it with his Starship Troopers. That's kind of where it really came from, and that's where Games Workshop lifted it from. So, more than that, it's concerning gaming products. This is not a gaming product. The position was highlighted in the 2013 case involving author M.C.A. Hogarth's novel Spot the Space Marine, where Games Workshop issued a takedown request to Amazon asserting trademark infringement. The Electronic Frontier Foundation and various authors contested this claim, emphasizing the term's long-standing use in literature. Subsequently, Amazon reinstated the novel. No further legal action was pursued by Games Workshop. So, Fund My Comics positions that, given historical context and outcome of prior disputes, we have determined that Space Marine within the Emerald Array does not infringe upon Games Workshop's trademark. The term is widely recognized as a genre descriptor in science fiction literature, and its usage in the context is both descriptive and traditional. So that's pretty awesome stuff. Really appreciate these guys at Fund My Comics supporting free speech, for free expression, and free art. That means so much because a company like Kickstarter or Indiegogo would have caved just because they're just so scared of companies like Games Workshop, and something like this would have gotten the book taken down probably elsewhere. And so I really appreciate that they stood behind the truth, stood behind the fact that we are not violating any trademark at all, and that there's no problem with this. This is a wonderful book that everybody's going to enjoy. And thank you guys so much for supporting us so far. It's in the description below. And guys, back the real culture change right here. We are really on our way to about 400 backers, which we really appreciate you doing. And, this is what we do. We come out with book after book after book while the competition just gets angry with us. They try to shut us down. They try to deplatform us. And it's because our work's so good, they don't want to compete. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate all of you. God bless. Hit the like and subscribe button and grab this in the description below.